Yes! The release of the Shadowkeep DLC has brought us 3 new Triumph seals to work for. The Enlightened title from the Garden of Salvation raid, the Harbinger title from the Nightmare Hunts and other undiscovered things that we have yet to find out, and the Undying title, which requires you to spend a lot of time in the new Vex Offensive 6-person PvE activity. In this video, we'll be focusing on 2 of the Undying title's triumphs, known as Offensive Expert and Offensive Tactician, as well as the most efficient way to complete them. So, without further ado, let's get it in. Before I immerse into this guide, let me go ahead and say that these triumphs are incredibly time consuming. If you want the Undying title, be prepared to spend a lot of time running Vex Offensive, because these 2 particular triumphs are definitely not something that you'll complete quickly. The Offensive Expert triumph states that you have to kill enemies with hand cannons, submachine guns, bows, fusion rifles, and auto rifles. I said that you'll be spending a lot of time in Vex Offensive because this triumph only counts final blows, and you will need 500 kills with each of these 5 weapons, totaling up to a whopping 2,500 kills. Yeah, this is gonna be a serious grind, ladies and gentlemen. But on the bright side, Majors and Ultras will progress your kill count even faster. Now, I don't have the exact amount of progress that Majors and Ultras actually count for, but when I do, I'll put it in the comment section. As for the other triumph, Offensive Tactician, this one requires multi-kills with submachine guns, fusion rifles, and auto rifles. Luckily, you only need 200 multi-kills with each of these weapons to complete this triumph. Now, ideally, you'll want to focus on both of these triumphs simultaneously and pay attention to your weapon loadout, because it's more than possible to progress both of these triumphs at the same time and complete them roughly around the same time. The Offensive Tactician triumph requires 200 multi-kills with auto rifles, fusion rifles, and submachine guns, right? Well, you also have to land 500 final blows with these same 3 weapons. My loadouts consisted of hand cannon SMG, auto rifle SMG, auto rifle fusion rifle, hand cannon bow, and a few others. You can honestly get away with using any weapon from any of these weapon types, but there are certain weapons that perform significantly better than others. Recluse, being one of the best primary weapons for PvE and PvP respectively, put in a lot of work in Vex Offensive, for me at least. Being a void damage weapon, it shreds Minotaur shields, and its Master of Arms perk combined with Feeding Frenzy makes it an ad-clear machine. The multi-kills of this weapon were a breeze, and if there's any likelihood that you don't own the Recluse, the Huckleberry and Terrible work just as well. In fact, any SMG with a damage ramp-up perk that rewards rapid kills like Rampage or Swashbuckler will work too. I had to specifically designate Recluse on account of it being legendary, which frees up your exotic slot for something else, alongside the fact that Recluse is so reliable, I almost feel bad using it. Huckleberry and Terrible are by no means inferior options, but due to the fact that they're exotic, your loadout is a bit more restricted if you choose that route. Now, for the fusion rifle kills, the first thing that may come to mind might be the loaded question, and if you assume that, you wouldn't be wrong due to how easily loaded question takes care of adds that are tightly grouped together. The only reason why I can't fully recommend loaded question is because its charge time is very slow, and without the Reservoir Burst perk, it's literally a regular high impact fusion rifle. Relying on Reservoir Burst isn't something you want to do in an activity like Vex Offensive due to this activity sense of urgency. In fact, when I first saw that you'd have to get multi-kills with fusion rifles, I took Telesto out the vault and instantly realized that this was the best option out of any fusion rifle that I tested. Now, it's pretty much common knowledge that the Telesto makes short work of tightly grouped together adways due to its delayed explosive projectiles, but it was its Harbinger's Pulse perk that made the multi-kills even easier. Harbinger's Pulse states that kills with this weapon will reload your equipped kinetic and energy weapons for reserve. So you know what that means, right? Whenever you land a double kill with Telesto, you'll refill your magazine instantly, saving you a ton of time reloading. Having a Telesto catalyst might help a bit, but it doesn't necessarily make a difference if you have it or not. With the catalyst, Telesto's magazine increases by 3, giving you a mag size of 7, but the Harbinger's Pulse perk will keep ammo in your magazine provided that you're consistently getting multi-kills. To make this entire journey even easier, there are 3 mods I highly suggest equipping if you have them. Fusion Rifle Ammo Finder, which is only available on solar helmets, Fusion Rifle Scavenger, which is only found on boots with a solar affinity, and a perk known as Special Finisher, which can only be equipped on a class items. Special Finisher will spawn special ammo from enemies defeated with a finisher for yourself and your entire fire team, but it requires 1/3 of your super to activate. I see this as a small price to pay considering that you won't be using your super anyways, and with all the Vex adways, you will always have enough super energy to use this ability if need be. Out of both of these triumphs, fusion rifles are the only special weapons that you will be using, so you have to make sure you always have enough ammo on account of special ammo and heavy ammo dropping significantly less than primary ammo does. As stated previously, I don't have any special recommendations for what auto rifles and hand cannons you should use, but in my experience, Le Monarch did an amazing job for the bow kills. Le Monarch is a void damage weapon, and just like the Recluse I mentioned earlier, Le Monarch destroys the Minotaur's void shields. Luckily, you don't have to get double kills with bows for the Offensive Tactician triumph, so you can complete the 500 bow kills at your own pace. There's no sense of urgency here, so you don't have to necessarily compete with your fire team members to land multi-kills with bows. Man, imagine how annoying that would be. Well, that does it for this one, everybody. I hope that you found this guide helpful. In the comment section, tell me how your experience with the Shadowkeep DLC is going so far, and let me know if you're enjoying the Vex offensive activity. If you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor and thumb wrestle that like button until it turns blue. If you're new to my neck of the woods, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon so you don't miss a video of the most elite gaming content. But with that being stated, 1LHD is over and out. Y'all take it easy.